everyone, welcome back to Biophilia, your all-time study mate. Today we are going to continue and also complete our chapter Human Reproduction with its 11th part, Lactation. If you like our videos and want us to help to reach out many more, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our amazing channel Biophilia. So lactation है wherein the mother is providing milk to the infant. So milk production के लिए this particular gland that is called as mammillary gland is a very important organ which is going to be responsible for the lactation. So mammillary glands क्या होते हैं? Mammillary glands are going to be the exocrine glands. So exocrine, that means these are going to have ducts. So these have many ducts through which there is going to be a production as well as the release of milk, which is going to be provided to feed the young offsprings. So mammillary glands जो होते हैं, these are going to be a significant organ found only in mammals. So mammillary glands होने की वजह से ही those organisms are called as mammals, and the females are going to have these mammillary glands. So in primates, that means we have seen in the first video as well, that is they include the old world monkeys, the apes, gorillas, chimpanzees, humans. So all these are going to have their mammillary glands present in the breast, and that is going to be located in the thoracic region. Whereas if you consider for non-primates, that is other mammals, so if you can notice for the case of dogs, so dogs are going to have their mammillary glands which are positioned in thoracic as well as in abdominal region. So thoracic or abdominal में होगा in the case of dogs, like in for primates they will be saturated only in the thoracic region, that too in the breast region. So mammillary glands are going to be the exocrine glands, or exocrine, maybe we have seen different types of glands based on how the secretions are going to be done through those. So it is a specific type of apocrine gland which is specialized for manufacture of colostrum. So colostrum is going to be the first milk that is going to be given to the infant, and we will see the the importance as well as the contents of the colostrum in a few minutes of this video. So this mammillary glands is going to manufacture colostrum, as well as on the later stages of lactation the milk will also be provided by these glands. So how is the structure of the mammillary glands? So mammillary glands are going to be paired, that is left and right will be present. और वो जो gland होता है, it is going to be made up of glandular tissue because it is a gland, so glandular tissue, as well as it will have fat. So depending upon how much the fat is deposited, then the breast size is going to depend. So deposition of fats is going to determine the size of the breasts. Then the structure that involves, that is the granular tissue, is going to be having about 15 to 20 mammillary lobes. So ये lobes जो होंगे, these lobes are going to have mammillary alveoli. So ये alveoli जो होते हैं, this is the first structure from where the actual secretion of milk is going to start. So if you can see up here in the diagram, then you are going to see that these small little cloudy structures, cloud-like structures, these clusters are nothing but going to be called as the mammillary alveoli. So mammillary alveoli are going to be present, which are in the mammillary lobes. So lobes जो होंगे, these are going to be about 15 to 20 lobes. And after the lobes, that is after the mammillary alveoli, since they are going to be exocrine glands, तो उनके पास duct होंगी. So through the ducts, now these cells are going to secrete milk, और milk में जब वो lumen में store रहेगा, once the signals are going to come to eject the milk, then the alveoli are going to open up into the duct which is called as mammillary tubules. So after mammillary alveoli, you are going to have the second structure, that is mammillary tubules. So here in the diagram side by side you can go and understand. First of all, there is mammillary alveolus, that is the first part. Then there is going to be mammillary tubules. and from mammillary tubules they will come and open up together to form the mammillary duct. So mammillary duct is going to be your third structure. Then many mammillary ducts, यहाँ से mammillary ducts everywhere, these are going to form a common duct called as mammillary ampulla. So mammillary ampulla is going to become your fourth duct, which is going to be the fusion of many different mammillary ducts. Now as the mammillary ampulla goes further, it is going to form a lactiferous duct. So lactiferous duct is the fifth structure, and from the lactiferous duct, these ducts have their openings and the areola. So वहाँ पे nipple के पास the milk is going to be sucked by the newborn baby. So what is the pathway for which the milk is going to be going through? So first of all, the secretion will be done by the cells that is of the mammillary alveoli. So that is the first one. फिर second आता है that when the mammillary alveoli open up to form the mammillary tubules, then mammillary tubules come and join to form mammillary ducts, and then ducts come together from different areas, that is different lobules, and they will form a common mammillary ampulla. From mammillary ampulla, the further connection will be called as lactiferous ducts, from where the milk is going to be sucked out. So in this particular diagram you are going to see the location. तो वो ribs के आगे की तरफ होगा, and there is going to be a lot of fat deposition. So the fat deposition, as I told you, it is going to determine the size of it. Next, about the hormones that are being related to the mammillary glands. So first of all, let's understand and go through what are the hormones. So first is going to be estrogen. From estrogen, the next one, that is progesterone. Third is prolactin. Fourth is oxytocin. Fifth is HPL. And last one, that is inhibitory peptides. So estrogen is a hormone which is going to be involved in the development of the duct system. So अभी जो हमने duct discuss किए थे, that is the mammillary tubules, mammillary ducts, the ampulla, and then finally lactiferous tubule. So all those ducts which are going to be, going through the mammillary glands, these development needs to be occurring perfectly. So for that development, the estrogen hormone is responsible. Second function होता है, that is deposition of fat. So adiposis, that is the process of deposition of fat, is going to be also carried out by the estrogen. Second hormone, that is progesterone. So progesterone का function होता है for the development of secretory part. So duct system के लिए कौन responsible है? It is the estrogen. But the secreting part, that is your mammillary alveoli, that is going to be under the control of progesterone. Third hormone, that is prolactin. Prolactin is going to be responsible for the synthesis and the secretion of milk. So cells को जो signals देने हैं that now you have to start producing milk and you have to secrete it out into the ducts. All that is going to be done by the prolactin. Fourth is oxytocin. अब जब milk बन चुका है, now it has been stored into the lumen of the alveoli. Now it needs to be released and ejected. So the release and ejection of milk out from the nipples. So whenever the baby wants to suck the milk, तो milk बाहर आना चाहिए through all those ducts. So all that release and ejection is going to be because of the hormone, that is oxytocin. So even oxytocin was involved in the ejection of the fetus. Similarly, you can remember that oxytocin is also responsible for release and ejection of milk. Fifth hormone, that is HPL. Now what is HPL? HPL has a full form, that is human placental lactogen. So I won't write it down, you can write it down for your reference. That is HPL stands for human placental lactogen. So this particular hormone is going to be the placental origin hormone. So this is going to be assisting the prolactin. So before actually the fetus is ejected, so just before ejection of the fetus, यानी जब उसका parturition processes start होंगे, तभी से the placenta is going to secrete this particular hormone in excess, so that once the baby is out through in this environment, in this world, the instantly the baby gets the milk from his or her mother. So for that reason, previously only this hormone will be released by the placenta, so that it is assisting prolactin for the synthesis and secretion of the milk. So as soon as the oxytocin is also responsible for ejection of the baby, for that time, after the birth of the baby, that oxytocin levels are also going to help to feed the baby directly after its birth. So that was about the fifth hormone. It is also only found in pregnant females, because as I told you, it is a placental origin hormone. So since the placenta is found only in pregnant females, so that is the reason HPL का जो presence होगा in the blood, which will be only seen in the pregnant females. Sixth and the last hormone that is related to the mammillary glands, that is inhibitory peptides. So all these remaining 5 hormones वो कहीं ना कहीं related थे for the development, the secretion, ejection of the milk and its related things. But इन सब के ऊपर control करने के लिए, to check the work of them so that they do not go under excess working. So for that reason, to inhibit this, inhibitory peptides are responsible. So जब milk नहीं चाहिए baby को, because every time the baby is not going to suck milk, after some time it needs to be stopped. So that stopping or that inhibition of release of milk when the baby is not sucking is going to be the responsibility for the hormone, that is inhibitory peptides. So that was a little idea about the hormones. Now a bit more information about it is the estrogen and the progesterone. As you know that these are going to be related to the development of the duct system and the secreting part of the mammillary glands. So you can say that these two hormones are going to be related for the physical development of the breasts. So physical development यानी जो ducts बनाने हैं या जो secreting part बनाना है, all that is nothing but the physical development. So physical development of mammillary glands is done by the two hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. As well as another important function that I need to mention, that is these are also going to help in inhibit milk production. So milk production को अगर रुकाना है, then the estrogen and progesterone are going to be responsible. But if you need to inhibit the release of milk, so there is a big difference between the milk production inhibition and milk secretion inhibition. So milk अगर production बंद करना है, then estrogen and progesterone are responsible. If you want to inhibit the release, then it is the inhibitory peptides. यानी अगर alveoli में milk बनाना ही नहीं है, तो एस्ट्रोजन एंड प्रोजेस्टेरॉन, अगर बना हुआ मिल्क बॉडी से बाहर देना नहीं है, then the inhibitory peptides are going to work. Then another point about prolactin I would like to tell. So prolactin is a hormone that is, you might remember, secreted from the anterior pituitary. So from where is it going to come? It is going to come from anterior pituitary, and it is going to steadily rise from 5th month. So steadily rise कब से होगा? From where the prolactin is going to rise? It is going to rise from the 5th month, 5th week actually, and it will last till the birth of the fetus. So 5th week से ही start हो जाएगा इनका, slowly and steadily the prolactin amount is going to increase, and up till birth it will continue to increase gradually, and that is going to help for the synthesis and secretion of milk. So last about extra, I would like to tell about oxytocin. So oxytocin as prolactin is secreted from the anterior pituitary. वैसे oxytocin कहाँ से होगा? It will be from the posterior pituitary. So that was a little revision from your class 11th chapter, that where we studied about prolactin and oxytocin. So that was about the hormones. So here I have tried to show you with a color coded diagram जहाँ पे आपको उनके functions as well as the ducts of the mammillary glands will be clear to you. So let's go through it in brief. So first of all, the yellow colored part is going to be your mammillary alveoli, which is going to be under the effect of FSH, and FSH is going to act for prolactin. So prolactin hormone क्या करता है? It is responsible for the secretion and the synthesis of milk. Then from the alveoli there is tubule, that is mammillary tubule. अब mammillary tubule के बाद mammillary duct आएगा, mammillary duct के बाद ampulla में open होगा, and from ampulla it will go to the lactiferous tubule. So all those ducts are going to be under the development of estrogen, which is going to be for the physical development of the mammillary glands. Then the lactiferous tubules is going to be the under control for oxytocin. So oxytocin के वजह से there is going to be release and ejection of milk, and finally there is going to be the nipple from where the baby is going to suck the milk. Over that there is going to be fat deposition, और fat deposition भी किसके अंडर होगा? It will be under the effect of estrogen. So with this particular diagram you can just make it as a post-it or sticky notes पे बना के you can revise the entire hormones regarding mammillary glands in much more lesser time. So I hope this helps you for your revision as well, and you understood the tubules and the hormones in a much more easier way. So moving ahead to understand the secretion of the mammillary glands. So mammillary glands कहाँ होते हैं, कैसे होते हैं, what is the structure, what are the hormones, everything we understood. Now understanding the actual results of those. So colostrum is going to be a fluid which is going to be secreted by the first few days after parturition. So this is going to be the human milk, which is going to be slightly yellowish in color. So you can see over here in the diagram as well that there is going to be colostrum, which is also called as liquid gold, and the breast milk which will be secreted after few days after parturition. So colostrum liquid gold hai, and we will understand why is it called so. So colostrum is going to be the fluid which is rich in calories, यानी बहुत सारी energy मिलेगी for the newborn, and it is also available for the antibodies. और antibodies में कौन से? It is going to be IgA type. So antibodies and calories are going to be very important for the newborn baby, क्योंकि newborn baby को अभी जो भी energy है it is going to come from this colostrum, and अभी since it is out of the mother's womb, so it is exposed to all other infection sources. So infection से fight करने के लिए जब तक वो अपने आप की body काबिल नहीं हो जाती to fight against it, till that time the mother is going to support by the production of antibodies, and it will be supplied to the baby through the colostrum. So it is very important that the first few days of the baby is very important, because it is going to receive all those antibodies which are going to be responsible for the healthy life of the baby. So antibodies are going to provide passive immunity. So passive immunity because the antibodies are not actually produced by the baby, it is provided by someone else. So that is the reason it is called as a passive immunity, when there is no actual role of protection. Instead, the produced antibodies are going to be supplied to the child. In that case, it is passive immunity. Then colostrum is also going to contain some concentrations of protein, क्योंकि जो भी cell का wear and tear है, all that also needs to be take care by the baby itself. So initial help will be provided by the source of proteins, as well as there is going to be lactose, and the milk or the colostrum is almost nil in fat. So fat content nahi hoga. There is a lot of energy, that is calories, will be provided, but fat content will be almost nil. So that was about the liquid gold, also called as colostrum. So ejection or let down process of milk secretion. So how actually or what results into the ejection of the milk. So milk जो continuously produce हो रहा है, it is going to be stored in the alveoli of the breast. So alveoli of the breast में जो produce हो रहा है, now it is not going to continuously leak out of the breast nipples. जब बेबी को दूध नहीं चाहिए तब भी वो मिल्क बाहर आए, it is not going to happen in such ways. So when the milk needs to be ejected and when it needs to be stopped, all that is going to be because of the ejection process, or also called as let down process. So instead of milk just ejecting out of the duct and the newborn is going to obtain it, it needs to have a combined neurogenic and hormonal reflex. So as parturition was a neurohormonal reflex, yani it was involving the neural system, yani brain involved था उसमें, and even the hormones were involved for the parturition. Similarly, even the ejection of milk is going to be a complex neurogenic as well as a hormonal reflex, which is going to involve the hormone that is oxytocin. So how this actual ejection occurs, now let's understand it in detail. So ejection or the let down process. So whenever the newborn baby is going to suckle on the breast, yani whenever the newborn baby tries to suck milk through the nipple, there are going to be sensory receptors. So sensory receptors are going to understand कि वहाँ पे कोई sucking movement हो रहा है, जिसकी वजह से through the somatic nerves there is going to be signals sent to the mother's spinal cord. तो somatic nerves of the nipples से spinal cord तक एक सिग्नल भेजा जाएगा, स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से हाइपोथैलेमस पे सिग्नल जाएगा, और हाइपोथैलेमस के अंदर यू आर गोइंग टू हैव द हार्मोन which is going to initiate the pituitary gland secreting the oxytocin. So जैसे ही सिग्नल्स पहुंच गए हाइपोथैलेमस तक, हाइपोथैलेमस से पिट्यूटरी पे सिग्नल्स जाएंगे थ्रू GnRH, and from pituitary the oxytocin is going to be released. As soon as the oxytocin is released, and why the oxytocin is released, क्योंकि वहाँ पे sensory receptors ने catch कर लिया था that the baby is sucking on the breast. That means now it is the time when the baby needs the milk and it needs to be ejected. So at that time oxytocin, which is going to be carried from the pituitary up till the breast through blood. So blood vessels में ये oxytocin जाएगा, it will reach the breast, and now it is going to be acting on what particular site? It will be acting on the myoepithelial cells. So myo is muscles and the epithelial cells which will be surrounding nearby. So myoepithelial cells are going to contract because of the oxytocin nearby, and once these contract यानी lumen squeeze हो जाएगा, and once they squeeze the milk is going to flow through the different tubules, and finally the lactiferous ducts are going to provide the milk, or it will expel the milk to the baby's mouth. So in this way, actually, because of the neural control, that is sending the signals up till the hypothalamus, and the hormonal, क्योंकि वहाँ से oxytocin release होगा. So for here in the diagram also you can understand that whenever the baby is going to suck milk, and because of the sucking motion there is going to be mechanoreceptors in the nipple, and because of the mechanoreceptors there is going to be असेंडिंग सेंसरी इंफॉर्मेशन, जहाँ पे वो जाएगा हाइपोथैलेमस तक, हाइपोथैलेमस से पिट्यूटरी पे आएगा, एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी से प्रोलैक्टिन नंबर विल इंक्रीज सो दैट द मिल्क secretion should not stop. There is also going to be oxytocin released. Oxytocin blood में से पहुँचेगा up till the myoepithelial cells, there will be contraction of these muscles and the cells nearby, and then the milk is going to be ejected out. So that was a little diagram and understanding for the let down process. Now about the human milk. अब तक जो भी हमने देखा, that was all regarding the lactation, and now the product of lactation, that is human milk. So human milk जो होता है, it is going to be consisting of majority, that is water. So mostly it is water. There will be fat droplets which will be suspended in that water. Also there is going to be a milk protein जिसका नाम है casein, and lactose which is the milk sugar, and many mineral salts like sodium, calcium, potassium, phosphorus, and even the vitamins that are being required for the development of the newborn. So fat droplets provide किए जाएंगे because this human milk is going to be secreted once the colostrum has been given for the first few days of the lactation. So for example, there is going to be colostrum for about 1 to 3 days. So colostrum जो हमने देखा, that was your liquid gold, it is going to be for 1 to 3 days. So after 1 to 3 days, there is going to be human milk which will be provided, which is going to lack in iron. Very important point, it is going to lack in iron. Vitamin C will be in very small quantities, and quantity कितनी release होगी of the human milk, it is going to be about 1 to 2 liters per day. So this much amount of milk is going to be sufficient for the energy purpose of the baby. So nursing woman is going to secrete these characteristics of the human milk. Now human milk, maybe as the time progresses, there is going to be differences that can occur in the milk. So if there are initial days, तो initial days में colostrum release होगा, which is for 1 to 3 days. After colostrum there is going to be a significant change, which is going to be called as a fore milk or the transition milk. So if you can see up here in the diagram that there is going to be a glass kept for fore milk. So fore milk बोलो या उसे transition milk बोलो, one is the same. So after colostrum, the transitional milk is going to be provided to the baby after about 2 to 4 days of birth, and this milk is going to be the milk that is going to quench the baby's thirst. यानी जो भी प्यास, whatever water content is needed by the baby is going to be significantly provided by the fore milk. It is also going to contain lactose and proteins. So colostrum से सीधा hind milk पे या the thick creamy milk के ऊपर shift नहीं कर सकते हैं. So there needs to be gradual change, and that gradual change is nothing but transition. So transition की वजह से that fore milk is also called as a transition milk, and it is not high in calories or fat क्योंकि as I told you that colostrum is going to be very high in calories and low in fats. But if you consider the third type of milk, that is hind milk उसका opposite होता है. Hind milk is going to be high in fat and calories. So बीच का जो है that is nothing but the fore milk. So hind milk is also called as mature milk. So almost about 7 to 12 days later of the birth, the milk that is going to be provided by the mother or the lactating woman, it is going to be thick, creamy and high in fat as well as calories, and almost it is found at the end of the pumping or the nursing session. So till that time, as we saw that there are 3 types of fluids that will be produced. So depending upon the contents of it, the fluidity वो कितना liquid है or whatever contents it is having, based on that there are 3 types. The first one, that is colostrum, second that is transitional or the fore milk, and the third that is hind or the mature milk. So I tried to explain you all the 3 types of the human milk secreted by the mammillary glands. So you can also understand the difference between the human milk, the animal milk and as well as the infant formula. So human milk हमने discuss किया अभी के what are the contents of it and the different types of it based on the days of lactation. Animal milk, yani you can depend on cow, you can depend on buffalo, you can depend on camels, goats, sheep, depends on what availability of the animal you have nearby. So animal milk जो होगा, it is going to be more different than the human milk. And infant formula, yani because of many people not available for animal milks, or they do not want to breastfeed, that is no availability of human milk, then in that case, or in cases जहाँ पे mother dies after giving birth to the baby, so during that time it is not possible for the baby to get the human milk, or sometimes people won't prefer animal milk. So in that case they can go for an option that is called as infant formula. So this is going to be a powder that is going to be provided by different huge companies, और वो companies ये infant formula बनाते हैं, and that is going to be mixed in water and provided to the infant. So that are the three alternatives and the different types they can have. So protein content, fat content, water, and anti-infective properties. So very important to understand over here, that is anti-infective property is only present in the human milk. वो animal milk में भी नहीं है. So आप गाय का दूध पिलाओ या भैंस का दूध पिलाओ, it is not going to have the antibodies that are required by the baby, not even in the infant formula. So the best milk that can be provided to the baby is going to be nothing but the human milk. So human milk is going to be the best because it is going to have the correct amount and easy to digest proteins. It is going to have sufficient amount of fat and lipase that is going to be easy to digest, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे बेबी का डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम इतना तेज नहीं है, और it is not that efficient to digest all types of fat. Water content is also enough. So ज़्यादा पानी देने से भी there can be problems, या कम पड़ने पे भी problems हो सकते हैं. So as the baby is human, so it needs the human milk, and that is going to be the best option available. So for that reason also many people suggest for breastfeeding methods only, and later on if you cannot, then after few days, few months, you can shift to other sources when the baby has been provided sufficiently with the human milk. So that was about the three types of milk and even the different types of human milk that goes on with the time of lactation. So I hope you understood a lot about the lactation in this video. So with this we also complete this chapter, that is human reproduction. If you liked it and you understood the concepts very well, and if it helped you in any way, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our amazing channel. Many more chapters are covered and also will be covered. So till then we come back soon with the next chapter. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Keep smiling, keep studying till we come back and meet you soon. Bye bye everyone. Thank you.